decades on steel, out of which 2.5 decades, more than 2.5 decades on carbon steel, and last around 3-4 years on stainless steel. I'm still learning about what is stainless steel and all about. But one thing which makes me positive and go about the growth of stainless steel, which I didn't feel in my 2.5 decades under the carbon steel. That's mainly because stainless steel contributes around 3.5% to the installed carbon steel capacity, but the revenue size this particular sector gives is more than 12%, which is it's a very export growth segment where we haven't tapped many applications yet, and we are still we have just come out of the utensils coinage, and we have got into infrastructure, we have got into ART, we have got into railways. So there are many more sectors to cover and many more existing sectors that needs to be strengthened on this. Few things, I think the dignitaries on the dais will give you more flavor about this particular thing. 3 things I wanted to point out here. One metal that satisfies or ticks all the parameters which are the buzzwords today. One is the circular economy, the recyclability, then the sustainability, environment scenario, and the life cycle. If you put all together, and corrosion mainly. So if all these parameters, one metal that ticks perfectly is stainless steel. And we have an installed capacity of 7.5 million ton, out of which our operating capacity is around 60-65% of that. And almost 28 to 30% of our domestic demand is met by cheap and substandard imports, especially from China. So we are working very vigorously to curtail this and with the government, and we will hope event like GSSE will bring us more closer to that particular parameter. 2 things which I personally feel stainless steel has got a great potential. One, the world standard consumption, per capita consumption is hovering around 6 to 7 kilos, whereas we are still at 3.2, 3.4 kilos per person. So we have to catch up almost 50% of that. So there is a great opportunity for us to grow there. Second, the life cycle cost has not been made mandatory in any of the government infrastructure projects, which we have been fighting for quite some time, that it has to be made mandatory, because we don't want any infrastructure projects that last only for say 15 years, 20 years or 30 years. We want an infrastructure project that should last, if not 100 years, if not more than that. So one of the things, I'm really happy about our Honorable Prime Minister when he first, I think Urvesh will give us more clarity on that. When the Ayodhya Ram Mandir project was presented to him, the first question he asked was, what is the life cycle of this particular temple? And the people said, the contractor said it is around 150 years. He said, I don't want to sign on this, you give me something which lasts more than 500 years. So they had to redo that project. I heard it, I read it in a news paper, and I'm sure it would be true only. And anything, if you look at our India, we have to learn it from there, because our old temples across India, they are more than 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 years, and look at the architecture, it's still, creating history.
We have been fortunate enough to create many first of its kind exhibitions in India, conferences in India, and we are headquartered in Bangalore. We have our office in Mumbai and also in South Africa. So one of our key USPs, I can say, is that we always identify niche industry sectors and create platforms for them through exhibitions and conferences, and that help the industry to come to the forefront and also accelerate their growth. So we do exhibition conferences, I said. We also do awards and some of the other events which is critical for the industry. Some of the sectors which we serve, some of the leading sectors which we work is definitely stainless steel is one of that. Then the elevator and escalator is another one. We have started something for the process engineering and machinery. We are also working on a new subject called maintenance and reliability and asset management. We have been working on beer and brewing as a sector, and also mobile accessories. Launched this exhibition in 2022, and from there on the exhibition has really exponentially grown in the last 3 editions. And what is more critical now is that we have tied up with ISSDA, and the next edition is going to be much more stronger and larger, with support from Ministry of Steel as well. And to bring the entire ecosystem together, what we have done is, like I said, we have launched Stainless Steel Process Engineering and Plant Machinery Expo, which will help to bring the entire ecosystem together. Definitely with ISSDA's support and partnership, we will have an expanded knowledge sharing platforms and larger national and global participation. So this is the journey in a glimpse about when we started into 2022 to 2025. We started with 80 exhibitors, now we have become 165. From 5,000 square meters area, we have reached to about 11,000, and the next edition is going to be definitely much bigger and larger.
I believe it is now time to shift the conversation from initial cost to life cycle value. Infrastructure is no longer built for 10 or 15 years. It is being built for the next 50 or even 100 years or even longer. When we consider corrosion resistance, maintenance, replacement costs, and operational downtime, stainless steel frequently proves to be more economical, reliable, and sustainable solution over the life of an asset. The opportunity before us is enormous. Global stainless steel demand is projected to grow at approximately 3 to 4% annually, while India is expected to grow at nearly 7.5 to 8.5%, almost twice the global pace. The growth is being driven by infrastructure, transportation, renewable energy, water management, defense, process industries, and India's broader manufacturing ambitions. For manufacturers of stainless steel long products, this is not merely a demand story. It's an opportunity to move further up the value chain by supplying higher performance products for increasingly critical applications. From the supply side, our industry is also undergoing a significant transformation. Demand today is no longer driven simply by volumes. It is increasingly driven by performance. Customers today expect wider grade capabilities, larger product dimensions, tighter tolerances, complete traceability, engineering support, and above all, consistent reliability. As manufacturers, we are therefore investing not only in additional capacity, but more importantly, in capabilities.
So, 2023 was the previous edition, and I was there as the session chair for a session on advanced stainless steel for strategic and industrial applications. In 2025, I was there as the guest of honor. I think Rasan Jingalji was the lead guest, and he made a very good address. In fact, he touched upon the national corrosion policy at that time. So that was a grand event. There even I met Sanjay Sharma ji, former senior vice president of LNT, he was also a speaker there. And that was one of the best stainless steel events that I have ever attended. The previous event, that in my memory always there, one of the best events of stainless steel is organized by ISSDA in 2013, celebrating 100 years of stainless steel. It was in Delhi. It was one of the best events where the global leaders were there, and one of the important information that I got was the world's oldest bridge made of stainless steel. It's functioning without any corrosion issue in USA. And so similar to this 2025 event, I found that a phenomenal number of exhibitors. And then you could see there was a sideline conference where who is who working on in stainless steel, with respect to products and fabrication, manufacturing application. I could see a lot of people who are associated with stainless steel were there. I came for 2 days, I remember, and there was very good footfall. And that was, I think, I come to know now that it was around 12,000 square meters with 186 stalls. I think first thing we should do is that we should give a very big applause to Madam Anita, Mr. Rajamani Krishnamurthy, and Raghunath. He is a quiet guy sitting behind. He is the man behind everything. Okay, but the women it was a wonderful event. So there is no doubt that GSSE 2027 is going to be another memorable and phenomenal event. Just by seeing that more than 1 year before it should they have the pattern rates. Now it is only June 30 still. September, I think 2027 the event is going to be there. And I find also that they set a target 15,000 square meter. I think Mr. Raghunath, 12,000 to 15,000 is nothing. You have to have a big jump. Mr. Rajamani, I agree, you agree with me? Yeah. So it has to be, I remember in 25 we had one issue of, significant foreign, companies could not come. And I suggest that this 15,000 is your target. And I will set a target of additional 3,000 plus from foreign companies. You should get the international pavilions. And I think today the situation is quite good and India-China relationship are upcoming. That you should get the 3,000 plus square meter just from China only. Because today they are the world's highest, largest producers of stainless steel. Out of, I think 62 million tons of stainless steel, they produce around 60%. 37 million tons. 40% of, 60% of the world's global production is done by them. In fact, earlier it was around 30-35 the global production. China jacked it up and they made stainless steel being supplied to the whole world. That is where stainless steel became very popular. And the second largest is of course India. We are just only 5 million tons. And our, the production of stainless steel is not mixing with the global production. Of course, the per capita consumption of stainless steel, if you take, global average is around 6.1 or 6.2 kilograms, whereas India is around 3.5. It means that we can consume more stainless steel and we need more stainless steel for various applications. Whether it is ABC, ARP or anything CP, all the applications need stainless steel and India has to produce more. But we are still the second largest.
As you all know, GSSE is a global stainless steel expo, and we have this dedicated event to serve the stainless steel sector, to bring all the stakeholders together and increase, bring them together to see how they can really increase their business, how they can interact with global and national user industry, and also how can we impart knowledge. So we feel coming together of ISSDA and Virgo is very, very significant, because together we will be using ISSDA's expertise as an industry leader, as an apex body, and their expertise to bring it together, and also our experience of organizing exhibition, which will together help the stainless steel industry to expand.
See, one of the reasons for partnering with Virgo is Virgo is capable. There are strengths and weaknesses of someone. So Virgo is capable of creating an infrastructure for people to participate. Our strength is to curate that with our knowledge, and we can bring international players here, because we are the official representative of Nickel Institute, International Molybdenum Association, and we are a member of World Stainless. And you would have seen our NSE list, where Tim Collins is also a member of this NSE, who is the World Stainless Secretary General. So we wanted to bring, and not only that, the inroads into the government, because government normally shakes hands with a non-profit body or industry body. So we wanted to encash that particular opportunity through ISSDA, where we have got the support of Ministry of Steel, our parent ministry. We got the support of Commerce. Commerce is also confirmed, since their confirmation came just the same, so we couldn't print their logo on that. We have got a confirmation from MSME Ministry. We are waiting confirmation from Railways. We are waiting confirmation from Delhi Metro. We are waiting confirmation from PWD and Urban Affairs. So we wanted to make it a total government supported event with their, because we will be calling all the user industry like NHAI, who are the major users like railways, MMRDA, MADA, then all these people will be coming for this exhibition as a user industry. So that is our plan. And not only that, we also planning to bring overseas buyers through EPC, and we are planning to do a reverse buyer seller meet on the proposed event. So we are doing our efforts, and the rest we leave it to the Almighty, how it shapes up.
This India is the second producer of steel, as we know, right?
No, we are the third largest producer of steel.
सर थोड़ा हिंदी में बता देंगे कि जो बताया स्टार्ट ये कार्यक्रम हम जो आज कर रहे हैं, ये कार्यक्रम का मेन उद्देश्य क्या है? जैसे दो बड़ी बॉडीज साथ में आ रही है और देश में जिस तरह से स्टेनलेस स्टील की जो खपत हो रही है उसको बढ़ाने की तरफ क्या उद्देश्य है, उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा आप जोर डालेंगे सर?
देखिए जी, मैं एक चीज़ मानता हूँ कि दो दिमाग हमेशा एक दिमाग से बहुत अच्छी होती है और ताकतवर होती है। तो वर्गो का अपना एक क्रेडेंशियल्स है और स्ट्रेंथ है, और ISSDA का अपना एक क्रेडेंशियल्स है और स्ट्रेंथ है। तो इन दोनों को हमने साथ में लिया उसको और भी अच्छा करने के लिए, क्योंकि वर्गो एक मार्केट प्लेस प्रोवाइड कर सकती है, एक अपॉर्चुनिटी प्रोवाइड कर सकती है मेंबर्स के लिए। हम उनको यूज़र्स लेके आके देख सकते हैं, हम उनको इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर्स से जो फॉरेनर्स हैं उनसे उनका जो बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस है वो हम लेके आके दे सकते हैं कि हमको क्या करना है। हम अभी बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस में स्टेनलेस स्टील को यूज़ कर रहे हैं, तो उसको स्ट्रेंथन करेंगे, उसका एक उद्देश्य है। और दूसरा, बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस हैं जहाँ पर स्टेनलेस स्टील यूज़ ही नहीं हो रहा है, उन लोगों को पता नहीं कि स्टेनलेस स्टील यहाँ पर यूज़ हो सकता है। तो उसके बेसिस पे हमारी ये कोशिश रहेगी कि उस न्यू एप्लीकेशंस को हम एक्सप्लोर करें और उसमें स्टेनलेस स्टील का ग्रोथ बढ़ाएं।
सर देश में जो आप बोल रहे हैं एक लॉस हो रहा है कोरोजन के चलते, उसको लेके क्या नीति बनानी चाहिए सरकार ने?
देखिए, अगर आपने टेनिस फॉलो किया तो उसमें दो टर्म यूज़ करते हैं, एक अनफोर्स्ड एरर और एक फोर्स्ड एरर। अनफोर्स्ड एरर जो है वो अपने हाथ में नहीं है। जैसे आपका हो गया भूकंप, हो गया साइक्लोन, हो गया जिसके चलते मैंने कोई गिर गया, तो वो अपने हाथ में नहीं है। जो भी डैमेज होगा उसके थ्रू से जहाँ डैमेज होगा वो अपने हाथ में नहीं है। बट जो अपने हाथ में है, जिसको हम सही कर सकते हैं, वो है कोरोजन। क्योंकि कोरोजन क्यों होता है? कोरोजन, अगर आप कोस्टल एरिया में नॉर्मल माइल्ड स्टील को यूज़ करेंगे तो कोरोजन होगा। कोरोजन के लिए कोरोजन प्रोटेक्शन जो स्टेनलेस स्टील है उसको यूज़ करना चाहिए उस एरिया में। सो यूसेज ऑफ मटेरियल बहुत ही अनिवार्य है इस कोरोजन को बचाने के लिए, कोरोजन से बचने के लिए। और दूसरी बात यह है कि 12 लाख करोड़ अपना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का इन्वेस्टमेंट बजट अलॉटेड हुआ है और 12 लाख करोड़ अपना कोरोजन लॉस है। तो ये ऐसा हो गया कि बैलेंस शीट एक जगह एसेट हो गया, एक जगह लायबिलिटी हो गया पूरा।
हाँ, अनिता जी ये बताएंगे कि ये ISSDA के साथ GSSE साथ में आ रहे हैं, तो उससे ये फ्रेमवर्क में क्या बनेगा कि दोनों के ये बॉडीज के साथ में आने पर GSSE को देश में किस तरह के जो यूजर्स हैं, जो कंपनियां हैं, उसको लाने का एक बहुत बढ़िया प्लेटफॉर्म होगा।
GSSE ऑलरेडी एक प्लेटफॉर्म बन गया है। अभी हमको प्लेटफॉर्म को स्ट्रेंथन करना है, और वो प्लेटफॉर्म को स्ट्रेंथन इसलिए करने के लिए जो ISSDA का जो सपोर्ट हमको मिला है वो एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग पार्टनरशिप होगा। उनका जो मार्केट इंटेलिजेंस और उनका जो लीडरशिप और इंफॉर्मेशन नॉलेज जो उनके पास है कि ग्लोबली क्या टेक्नोलॉजी आ रहा है और इंडिया में क्या लैकिंग है, इंडिया को स्टेनलेस स्टील का कंजम्पशन बढ़ाने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, तो वो इंटेलिजेंस जब आएगा हम अपने प्लेटफॉर्म को यूज़ करेंगे उसके सोल्यूशन ढूंढने के लिए, एंड ऑल द स्टेक होल्डर्स को साथ में लेके आने के लिए, इवन गवर्नमेंट को साथ में लेके आएंगे। इंटरनेशनली अगर इतने सारे लोग अगर इंडिया में आएंगे, सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स वहाँ पे हैं, तो गवर्नमेंट को भी एक फोरम मिलेगा कि हमको भी एक फोरम मिलेगा, गवर्नमेंट को लेके आके उनसे बात कर सकते हैं। लोग छोटे छोटे इवेंट्स करेंगे, वहाँ जाके अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे। GSSE एक बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है, बट हम साथ में बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें करेंगे जहाँ पे हम कंजम्पशन को इंक्रीज करने के लिए जो भी एक्टिविटी चाहिए होगा, जो सेक्टर में जाके उसका इंफॉर्मेशन देना होगा या एक्टिव करना होगा, वो हम लोग साथ में करेंगे।
एक आखिरी सवाल, सरकार से क्या चाह रहे हैं? आखिरी सवाल, सरकार से आप क्या चाहते हैं लास्ट?
सरकार से
क्या चाहते? सरकार से हम यही चाहते हैं कि हमें एक लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड प्रोवाइड करे, ताकि जो उनका एस्पिरेशंस है विकसित भारत और आत्मनिर्भर भारत और मेक इन इंडिया इनिशिएटिव, ये सब तभी मुमकिन है जब आप डोमेस्टिक प्लेयर को बढ़ावा दोगे और डोमेस्टिक प्लेयर को फॉरेन इंपोर्ट से बचाओगे।
तो कितना योगदान देगी स्टील इंडस्ट्री में?
स्टील इंडस्ट्री का रोल बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। जहाँ से मैं आता हूँ अभी माड़ा, हम 2,05,000 करोड़ के प्रोजेक्ट का अभी टेंडर किया है। उसमें सीमेंट स्टील एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर है, वो उसका यूज़ होगा। अभी आज के मीटिंग के बाद इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर ने ये थोड़ा प्लान करना चाहिए कि उनका स्टेनलेस स्टील का यूज़ इस सारे कंस्ट्रक्शन में कैसे होगा। तो उस बारे में इनका कोई प्लेटफॉर्म तैयार होगा, गवर्नमेंट के लेवल पे भी इसका डिस्कशन होगा। तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा स्टेनलेस स्टील का यूज़ कैसे हो सकता है, इसके बारे में कोशिश होगी।
सर, जैसे कि आज बताया गया कि काफ़ी पॉलिसीज़ में चेंजेस लाने की ज़रूरत है और वो लाने से काफ़ी कॉस्ट कम होएगा और इंडिया में इंपोर्ट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, हम इंडिया में बना पाएंगे।
जी, इसमें स्टेनलेस स्टील या सीमेंट या इस सारे मटेरियल में जो कंपटीशन होता है बाहर के कंपनी के साथ होता है, चाइना या बाकी जो कंट्रीज़ हैं उनका प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट काफ़ी कम होता है। उसके बहुत सारे कारण हैं जिसकी वजह से उनका जो कॉस्ट कम होता है, इसलिए उनका इंपोर्ट कॉस्ट भी कम होता है। तो गवर्नमेंट के लेवल पे भी अभी काफ़ी डिस्कशन हो रहा है कि ये जो इंटरनेशनल कंपटीशन है, इसको हम हमारे जो वेंडर्स है उसको एट पार कैसे लाया जाए, जिसकी वजह से यहाँ इंडिया में जो स्टील प्रोडक्शन होगा, इस सारे इंडस्ट्रीज़ को कैसे सपोर्ट दिया जाए और कैसे कॉस्ट कॉम्पिटिटिव हो, उसके बारे में काफ़ी सारी स्ट्रैटेजीज़ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया लेवल पे हो रही है और उसकी वजह से इंडस्ट्री को बहुत फ़ायदा होगा।
थैंक यू।